Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Teen Wolf Season 3, Episode 2, called Chaos Rising. Before I start this review, just want to say thank you for watching my last review. Got over 2,000 views. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad that Teen Wolf is something that you guys are enjoying me review, so thank you a lot. And let's talk about this episode. I was pretty excited, waiting like all week to watch the new episode. You know, with Teen Wolf, I feel like we all get very anxious for Monday. What's gonna happen next? Especially since there's not many summer shows. I always get very excited for Monday, and you know, always wait for Monday for Teen Wolf. So in this episode, we get to see Scott and Derek. They're trying to get Erica and Boyd. But we find out some things from Isaac, because we find out that Isaac was there, which is a little confusing because, I mean, we kind of knew something was going on in the beginning of episode 1. Now we actually know that Isaac was there for some reason. And we find out that Erica is dead. And then Allison actually walks into the bank also, and we find out, yes, confirmed, Erica's dead. But then who else is with Boyd? Now that's a question we find out a little bit later in the episode. I would say Lydia was pushed to the side a little. We get the little connection with the Alpha twins, and then Danny also likes one of the Alpha twins. So we're getting to see that budding relationship, which I heard is going to be happening in this season. So we got a little bit of a glimpse of that in this episode with Lydia. But I'll talk more about Lydia because in the end of the episode something happens with her. But Allison, she tries to take charge and always gets herself stuck in these situations. And we get to see Boyd and this girl named Cora, who's the person with Boyd, fighting Scott and Derek because they tried to save Boyd, but something's going on with the whole moonlight thing, so now Boyd and Cora are even stronger. And now Allison's actually in the building when this is all happening because they all went to the bank. And Allison tries saving Scott and does, but now Boyd and Cora are out in the open. Now we find out that Cora is actually Derek's sister, which is crazy, which I'll talk more about as I talk more about my speculations. We also get to see, you know, funniness with Styles and sharing some Derek moments that were funny to get to the bank, and then him just waiting with Peter, and that's how they find out where the whole moonlight thing is getting them stronger with Boyd and Cora, because they haven't even felt the moonlight in 3 months because of the rock they used in the bank. So we see that more with Styles using his detective work, kinda, and I love Styles doing that because he always does do more of the detective work. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. It was more of what happened in the end with the whole bank thing, and we get some revelations again. Cora, which I think is cool that we're getting to see Derek's family even more. I love Peter Hale, so I think it's awesome that we're going to get his sister now, and it brings more depth to Derek, and I think that's something we're going to see in this season, is more depth for Derek. And then, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Boyd and Cora. I think they're just going to run off for a couple episodes, hurt some people, but somehow they'll come back to the whole pack. I think that's going to happen. Then we're going to see more, hopefully see Cora develop a little. I'm excited to see that because that's kind of the thing that happened in this episode. More with the Alphas. Oh, some mention the therapist, which I know you guys said she wasn't the therapist, but I'm pretty sure she is the therapist. And I think they mentioned her name in this, like Mrs. Something. So I'm pretty sure it's a therapist. They just changed the actress. Well, she's on the Alphas side. So yeah, she betrayed everybody. I thought she was dead, but obviously she's not. Something probably happened in the end of the last episode because we got to see her face cut open. But obviously nothing happened with her face in this episode. So a little curious about that. We got to see the vet in this episode, which is awesome. I love seeing him with his little mysterious ways. We don't know how he knows all these things. But it's always nice to see the vet sometimes. But yeah, the vet connection and the therapist connection, obviously I think we'll see more of that in future episodes because now the therapist is getting more into the big story, which is the Alphas. So I'm interested in that. I liked, you know, it was funny in this episode. I don't know what happened to Styles' love interest. She got crawled away. I'm sure we'll see more of her. But I thought that was kind of random, though. You know, I love that Styles is getting some relationship. He deserves it. But I thought it was so random. I thought it would get developed a little. But really, this girl's like, oh, let's just have sex. Let's go. I'm 17. Let's do this. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But I expected a little bit more with that. And I guess we'll find out more of that mystery. But I feel like they kind of forgot that in this episode. They were like, oh, yeah, she got stolen. We'll remember that later. And then you remind Styles' ex, his dad, a lot. Oh, remember her? It's like, yeah, I'm looking for her. So I'm sure that's going to have to do with more of future episodes. But I thought they pushed that to the side. And they could really use that in another episode with that girl. Unless she's connected somehow. But I think they could have concentrated more on the bake than that girl. I feel like that was kind of useless with the first really half an hour of this episode. I think the last half an hour was a lot better than the first half an hour. I just felt like nothing was really going on with the first half an hour. I thought it was funny as always, though, so that was good. Really great Styles and Derek moments, which were hilarious. Even Styles and Peter had some really hilarious moments. Styles is always hilarious, so that's good. So I thought it was a funny episode. I think the first episode was a little bit more funnier, but this had always its Teen Wolf charm in this episode. Now the big thing I want to talk about, what's going on with Lydia? That was freaking crazy. You guys know Lydia is my favorite character, and I don't know what's going on with her. She's just screaming. Again, I've always said this, is she a supernatural creature? We gotta find out more. I heard she's connected more in this season. So does she see something? Because a lot of visions and I guess hallucinations in this episode with Isaac, and especially with Isaac. So is that what's going on with Lydia, that she's having some visions or something? I don't think it is, but what's going on with her? Hopefully find out in the next episode. We're learning more about the killings that we've been hearing in the promo trailers, so I don't know how she's connected, but that was a pretty crazy cliffhanger that didn't tell us anything. So I wish they told us a little more through that cliffhanger that made us, you know, speculate a little. Just Lydia screaming. We've seen Lydia scream all through season 2, so I don't know what's really going on with her, but still excited to see, you know, still excited that she's going to be more part of this season. So I'm excited about that. Also want to mention that I think Isaac did a wonderful job. You know, his actor, I can't think of his name right now, but I think he did a wonderful job of the whole entire ice tub scene. I thought that was crazy. That was such good acting, and that was one of my favorite scenes. Even though I feel like we didn't find out much, because obviously we found out about the bank, but I feel like they could have figured that out with Allison. I just still thought that was a really good scene with Isaac, and they're using Isaac more, making him more likable. And I think he's always been likable, but I think he could become now a favorite character. So I really liked Isaac in this episode. I thought it was a good episode. You know, I don't think it was an amazing episode. I don't think enough got revealed to be amazing yet in this season, but I think it's like inch by inch we're getting like stuff being revealed. I want to know more about the Alpha's plans, that we get more excited for that, but I think Teen Wolf tends not to tell their big plots, you know, that easily, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But I want us to speculate more, and I want to learn a little bit why the Alpha's here, you know, what are their motives, and that's something I hope we learn in future episodes, and very close, you know, near future episodes, I hope. But yeah, it was good. I'm not going to say it was an amazing episode. I think there were some parts that dragged, and they could really condense this episode a little bit more, and there are stuff that I felt like weren't needed, like the girl in the beginning. I think they could have added that in another episode, because I felt like they skimmed over that in this episode. But I think there are some good moments in here. Again, not the best episode, but I enjoyed it, you know. But tell me in the comments below, what do you think is going to go on with Derek's sister? You know, Boyd and Derek's sister now going out in the wild. You know, the therapist, who I think it is the therapist, teaming up with the Alphas, and Lydia. Really want to hear your speculations on what's going on with her. But thanks for watching, guys. This is my Teen Wolf review, and guys, I'll have another Teen Wolf review next Monday, so I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, and guys, tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. And guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the random situations. Bye.